Have you ever eaten a full breakfast, but still felt tired all morning? The truth is, some common foods might be quietly draining your energy, but one small change to your breakfast can help you feel younger, stronger, and more alive than you have in years. Part 1. Why your usual breakfast might be making you weaker after 60. Have you ever woken up in the morning and just felt off? Not quite tired, but not exactly full of energy either? Like your body's awake, but your mind is still trying to catch up? If you felt this way, you're not alone. And believe it or not, what you eat for breakfast could be playing a much bigger role than you think. As we age, our bodies go through changes: slower metabolism, more sensitive digestion, and different nutritional needs. That quick bowl of cereal you used to grab in your 40s might not be doing the trick anymore. In fact, it might be leaving you feeling sluggish, bloated, or even hungrier just an hour later. But the good news? With just a few simple tweaks, breakfast can actually become your secret weapon for better energy, sharper focus, and even improved mood throughout the day. Today, we're diving into healthy breakfast ideas designed specifically for people over 60. Recipes that are easy to make, gentle on the stomach, and packed with nutrients your body actually needs. You don't need to be a gourmet chef, and you definitely don't need a pantry full of strange ingredients. Just real food that helps you feel good from the inside out. Let's start with one of the most underrated breakfast heroes: oats. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oatmeal. Again? But hear me out. Rolled oats are incredibly good for your heart, your blood sugar, and even your digestion. They're high in soluble fiber, which helps lower cholesterol and keeps you full longer. But here's the trick. Ditch the instant packets. Instead, go for old-fashioned rolled oats and cook them up on the stove or in the microwave. Add a splash of almond milk or low-fat dairy, toss in some cinnamon, and top with a handful of berries and crushed walnuts. That little combo? It's not just delicious, it's brain food, heart food, and energy food, all in one bowl. Now, maybe you're someone who prefers something savory in the morning. That sweet stuff just doesn't hit the spot. If that's you, eggs are still one of the best options out there. Yes, even after 60. The cholesterol scare around eggs? Mostly outdated science. For most healthy older adults, having an egg or two a few times a week is perfectly fine. Try scrambling eggs with some sautéed spinach and cherry tomatoes. Maybe a sprinkle of cheese if you like. Wrap it up in a whole grain tortilla or just serve it on the side of half an avocado. You'll get protein, healthy fats, and fiber. All the things that help you stay satisfied without feeling heavy. And here's something a lot of people skip: hydration. You might not think of drinks as part of breakfast, but they absolutely count. As we get older, our sense of thirst dulls, which means we might already be dehydrated before we even feel it. So before you dive into food, start your morning with a glass of warm water and a squeeze of lemon, or even a mug of herbal tea. Your digestion will thank you. And you might just notice fewer aches and less brain fog too. Now that we've touched on the power of oats, the value of savory protein, and the importance of hydration, let's keep this momentum going. Part 2. This one morning habit could change how you feel all day. Let's keep going, because breakfast doesn't have to be boring or complicated to be healthy. In fact, the simpler and more colorful your plate is, the better you're probably doing. One thing I always encourage is adding fruits and vegetables into your morning routine, even if just a little bit. You'd be surprised how many people don't realize breakfast is the perfect time to sneak in some natural fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants. And no, it doesn't have to be a giant salad. Something as simple as adding sliced bananas or blueberries to your oatmeal, a few cherry tomatoes to your eggs, or even blending up a smoothie can make a big difference in how you feel. Speaking of smoothies, if chewing has become a bit of a challenge lately, or if you're just in a hurry and want something light but filling, smoothies can be a total game changer. The key is to keep them balanced. A lot of folks throw in just fruit, which makes the smoothie taste good, but can spike your blood sugar and leave you feeling hungry an hour later. So here's a little trick. Combine leafy greens like spinach or kale, a handful of berries or half a banana, a spoonful of nut butter or chia seeds, and a scoop of Greek yogurt or a plant-based protein. Blend it up with some almond milk or water, and you've got yourself a breakfast that's easy to digest, supports muscle strength, and even helps your joints. Now let's talk about fiber, something most of us aren't getting nearly enough of. And after 60, fiber becomes even more important. It helps keep your digestion regular, lowers cholesterol, and can even help control blood sugar. But here's the thing. If your breakfast is just toast or a pastry and coffee, you're missing out big time. Instead, try switching to whole grain or sprouted grain bread and top it with something more exciting than just butter. Mashed avocado with a squeeze of lemon and a sprinkle of seeds. That's a powerhouse combo for your heart and your brain. Or maybe a smear of almond butter with sliced apples or a few raisins on top. It tastes like a treat, but it's packed with good fats, fiber, and energy-boosting nutrients. Another simple but powerful breakfast option that's often overlooked is cottage cheese or Greek yogurt. These are fantastic sources of protein and calcium, two things we all need more of as we get older, especially to keep bones strong and muscles from weakening. And the best part? You can dress them up in so many ways. A spoonful of honey, some cinnamon, a handful of sliced peaches or strawberries. Suddenly, it doesn't feel like diet food at all. It feels like dessert. And if you're watching your sugar, just go with plain yogurt and add your own natural sweetness through fruit, or even a few chopped dates. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, that all sounds great, but I don't have the time or energy to cook something every morning. And I hear you. That's why preparation becomes so important. Even something as simple as making overnight oats the night before, just oats, a bit of milk, and whatever toppings you like, can make your mornings easier and healthier. The truth is, breakfast doesn't need to be rushed or skipped. It can be one of the most nourishing, calming parts of your day. A little intention in the morning often sets the tone for everything else. You feel more alert, more in control, and honestly, just better in your own skin. Let's keep exploring even more ways to make your mornings healthier and happier without sacrificing flavor or fun. Part 3, the breakfast trick that helps you stay energetic and sharp at any age. You know, there's something special about a quiet, nourishing morning. When you start your day with food that actually supports your body, not just fills your stomach, you begin to notice subtle changes. Your energy feels more stable. You don't crash before lunch. Even your mood can feel a little lighter. It's not magic. It's just giving your body what it truly needs. Let's talk about one more simple but powerful option, a warm bowl of soup or broth-based breakfast. Now, I know that sounds unusual. Soup for breakfast? But in many cultures, it's completely normal and actually really good for you. A gentle vegetable soup, or even a homemade bone broth with a few soft vegetables and maybe a poached egg stirred in, can be soothing, hydrating, and full of nutrients. It's especially comforting if you wake up feeling chilly, achy, or a little off. Plus, it's easy on the digestive system, something many of us have to think more about as we age. And here's another tip that might surprise you. Don't fear a little fat in the morning. Healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, nuts, and seeds help you absorb important vitamins and keep you feeling full longer. If you've been cutting all fat thinking it'll help your heart, the truth is, your body still needs some, especially for brain function and hormonal balance. The key is choosing the right kind. So instead of skipping the yolk or avoiding that handful of walnuts, consider how those small choices can actually support your health long term. Now, I know changing habits can feel overwhelming, especially when you've been doing things a certain way for decades. But here's what I want you to remember. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You don't need to throw out your entire routine and start from scratch. Just choose one new breakfast idea this week. Maybe it's the oats or the yogurt or that colorful smoothie, and try it out. See how your body responds. You might be surprised at how much better you feel, even from something so small. And if you've been skipping breakfast altogether, it's never too late to start. Your body is always ready to be nourished, supported, and cared for, no matter your age. So, let's quickly reflect. A healthy breakfast for those of us over 60 isn't about strict diets or fancy ingredients. It's about balance. Whole grains that keep us full, protein that protects our muscles, fruits and veggies that support our digestion and immune system, and a little bit of healthy fat to keep everything running smoothly. It's about feeding ourselves with kindness, not just calories. If you've made it this far, thank you for spending your morning or your afternoon with me. I hope this gave you not only new ideas, but also a little motivation to treat your mornings with more care and intention. You deserve to feel strong, clear-headed, and energized. I'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite go-to breakfast these days? Or is there something new you're excited to try? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this helpful, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips on living your best life at any age. Here's to mornings that lift you up, not slow you down, to breakfasts that heal and energize, and to the beautiful truth that it's never too late to start feeling better.